Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching. What's going on, freaks? Billy Barker, fuck you. Kimberly Gabaldon, Irene Cypher, Jared Doobie, Kubi. Wow, something rhymed with Kubi. Jared Doobie and Kubi. We had Jared Doobie and Kubi and Newbie. I mean, it doesn't... They look nothing like, but none of them look anything like Scooby. Yeah. Wow, we can make a rap. Yeah. All right, well, we got the 911 call in the Erica Pillsbury, the mother of Mercedes Vega. She did a transcript of it, and I did a transcript. And we're just trying to, there's some wording that we can't figure out. So maybe the freaks with all of your ears can tell us what it says in some of the parts. All right? Hello, Daphne. Yeah, you're kind of more of a Scooby-Doo fan, right? I mean, hey, look at that. It's Ginger Keys. Linda. For a minute, I thought we were just members only, but I see Billy Barker and Shara Doobie. That. So you guys remember the case of Mercedes Vega? Yeah, that's her right there. Remember, she was a college student, exotic dancer in the Tempe area. That's her right there, leaving her hotel at looks like 9:15 to go and go hang out with some friends. But before she even got to her car, she was attacked by somebody. And I think there's three people. A car drove, three people there, I think. Two of them, one attacked her and kept the tabs on her in the vehicle, and then they put her in her own vehicle, and then there's somebody driving her vehicle, so that would be two there, and then one person driving away the original vehicle. Could just be that there were two people, and maybe that's why her car is found where it was found, and then one of them walked back to go get it, because the car was only found about a mile away from her apartment. So see. Yeah, and then, but her car wasn't found first. There was a car burning about 60 miles down a highway. So here is her apartment. Let's see. Let me get this. Oh yeah, that wasn't even built then, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is her apartment right here. And there's the entrance within the complex. There's also, looks like, another way in or out back over here. But there, that was her apartment complex, and somebody abducted her right out of her apartment complex. And then, let's see, so that would have been 9-something in the morning, 9:15 in the evening, I mean. And then at like 12:30 in the morning, a truck driver way out here, or a person driving a vehicle, I don't know what, they were a truck driver, were way out here and drove by the vehicle. Apparently it was at mile marker, he said, 85.5, and he saw the vehicle on fire. And then I think it was like the next day or the day after, the vehicle was found parked just right here. So you can see there's the apartment, and the vehicle was found somewhere right around in this area, just parked on the road. It could have been over here, probably over on this side, but it was just in the middle of the street, I guess. And that was her own vehicle. She wasn't found in her own vehicle. And when they found her, let me just read this right here, what this says. It says, between 9:15 p.m. on April 16, 2023 and 12:57 a.m. on April 17th, Mercedes Vega, 22-year-old female, was murdered. She was beaten, shot, and as if that wasn't enough, she was then forced to drink bleach and then burned alive. There have been no arrests made, and there has been very little media coverage of this case. Hey, thanks FarQ again. Yes, you guys, we're getting near the end of the month here. So if you're out there and you're able to help support the Gray Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, we're making our push, trying to get to the point where I can give away 4,000 this month. I've already done 2,000 during the month, but the other 2,000 I hopefully will be going to our scholarship fund. Getting that shored up, we got to get about 6,000 in. I'm thinking of doing, wouldn't it be, I think it might be cool to do like 4 $1,500 scholarships. Or 3 $2,000, something like that, just to give a few more people something. Or we could, put 8 in it and do 2, 2, 2, 2, That might be kind of cool. Anyways. Mercedes Vega lived in the Aubrey apartment complex, which we just showed, which is right here, in Tempe, Arizona. And it's at 1003 West Washington Street on the night of April 16th. And at 9:15 p.m., Mercedes is seen on surveillance video heading to her car in the garage of the complex. Mercedes was on her way to Le Girls, a gentleman's club, but it could have been that she was going to this other place too. So we don't really know. At it says right here. All it says right here is Le Girls is located at 5151 East Washington Street, and she worked there 2 or 3 nights a week as an exotic dancer. She was going there to hang out with some of her friends. Mercedes never made it to Le Girls. Instead, she was abducted from her parking garage after being struck in the head with a blunt object. Blood and what was described as matter was found near where her white 2019 Dodge Charger would normally be parked. Her white Dodge Charger was also taken. At around 12:30 a.m., a 911 call indicated there was a burning vehicle on Highway 10 west of Phoenix. At 12:57 a.m. on April 17th, the burning vehicle was located, which was not Mercedes' Dodge Charger. This vehicle was found around 69 miles west of Phoenix on the side of the Highway 10 near mile marker 85. It was 85.5, I guess. Mercedes' body was located in the back seat, and autopsy report described the findings. Mercedes was found in the back of a vehicle that was on fire. Gloves and bleach were discovered in the front of the vehicle, and lighter fluid was discovered in the back seat. Mercedes had blunt force injuries, burn and inhalation injuries, and a gunshot wound of the right arm. Toxicology detected high carbon monoxide and a small amount of THC. The findings of the medical examiner were that Mercedes had thermal injuries, soot in her nostrils, so that means she was alive while she was being burned. A high level of carbon monoxide and bleach odor within her throat, basically. The medical examiner concluded that 3 factors were the cause of Mercedes Vega's death: fire, which includes smoke inhalation and thermal injuries, and blunt force and ballistic injuries are also listed. The day after Mercedes' body was found in the burning vehicle, her own 2019 white Dodge Charger was located by police near Culinary Dropout on South Farmer Avenue, parked illegally. At this point, Mercedes wasn't known to be missing, and her car was actually registered to Erica Pillsbury, Mercedes' mother. This prompted police to call Erica to inform her they had located her vehicle. Alright. So, like it was 9:15, she's in the apartment, and now it's an hour drive to where she was found, so that means that there is 2 hours of missing time where she was somewhere else. And we see that there's bleach in her throat, etc. So if it was 9 in the morning, 9:15, and then she's found at 12:30 a.m., that's 3 hours and 15 minutes later, and it only takes an hour to get there. So where was she during that time? Was she at a second location? Was this car parked here after she was taken somewhere else and they put it over there as a head fake? Or was it parked there as they were leaving the apartment? They parked there and then they moved her to another vehicle and just left the vehicle right there? Don't know. But welcome, Cheradubi, Jarvis, Olga, P. King, Rosie Girl, and the 80 Sitter. Yeah, we don't really know what the reason is at this point. But you guys were currently at 0 on the nightly goal. So if you're out there and you can help to support the channel, that'd be great. Of course, we're not going to have the huge crowds again because we aren't covering one of the big cases that are out there. So it's going to be up to you guys. I mean, other than the far Qs. It's not on number though. It's just a... Yeah, some kind of revenge. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what, like a ex-boyfriend or something, or a girlfriend or whatever. She dated I think a couple girls and men too, in the past. Okay, well, here we go. I'm going to open up the transcript of what I have, and then they wrote what they thought too, but we'll just do it slow and play it over. Well, how about we listen to it one time through and then we'll play it again after that. So there's 2 parts. One is when the driver calls in, and then another time where the actual, they're like the dispatch and, they're 2 officials talking to each other, not the caller anymore. No, we didn't get the footage yet. This is the 911 call, the full call. All we heard was what the news wanted us to hear before, just little chunks. Alright. So anyways, let's That's not what I was going to play. Where did I put it? Oh yeah. I was going to use the... Man, you guys, never seen such a slow start to a show. Just right out of the gate. Scary. Let's see. I'm going to move this right into here.
I just want to report a car fire. He's off on the side of I-10, about 85.5 mile marker.
Oh, okay. Are you on? Is it on the freeway or out to the side of the road?
He's off on the side of the road. He went down in the ditch, but I saw like flames literally inside the vehicle. I don't know how many people are in it or what color the vehicle was or anything.
Let's see. Highway Patrol, do not hang up. 1 moment.
Sure.
Oh, I know what it said. I think I heard what it said that time. I'm sorry. Something about don't hang up. Let me do it again.
He's off on the side of I-10, about 85.5 mile marker.
Oh, okay. Are you on? Is it on the freeway or out to the side of the road?
He's off on the side of the road. He went down in the ditch, but I saw like flames literally inside the vehicle. I don't know how many people are in it or what color the vehicle was or anything.
Let's see. Highway Patrol, do not hang up. 1 moment.
Sure.
CPS 911, where's your emergency?
I just want to report a car. It's on fire. It's off the side of, it's on the north side of the westbound lanes on I-10, about the 85.5 mile marker.
Westbound or eastbound?
He was like down in the bushes, but I saw a flame inside the vehicle.
Okay, see, they're on the westbound I-10?
So you could hear a flame inside the vehicle. Not like it was the whole car was burning. It was just apparently Mercedes was lit on fire and lit in the back of the vehicle.
Yes. Yeah, just north of the highway. I don't really know what it is. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, unknown vehicle. Okay. Anyone, you said there's people outside the vehicle?
I believe I saw at least one person outside, yes.
Okay.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't really, stop on the side of the highway.
No, you're fine. Can I get your name as a witness, please?
What do you think he says right there, you guys? Wow, listen.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't...
Oh, tractor trailer? Is that what he's saying? Tractor trailer? Let's see.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't really... I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat.
Oh, I think it says I'm in a tractor trailer. It has metal. Something like that, right? Listen to that.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't really, I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat.
That is what he says. I'm in a tractor trailer. That's crazy. I couldn't hear that the last time. Let's see. I'm in a tractor trailer. I'm in a... I don't hear hazmat at all. Sorry. I'm in a tractor trailer. Although that's what Erica heard too. I don't hear hazmat.
Folded hands for justice for Mercedes.
Okay, so you're saying I'm in a tractor trailer hazmat? I don't know, man. It doesn't sound like that.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't. I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat.
It says it has meta. It doesn't say it. I don't think he says hazmat at all, you guys. I know that you think it does, but I mean, a lot of you are typing in hazmat because I think it says has something. Yeah, I thought it said asthmatic too, the first time I heard it.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't. I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. Why
would he say hazmat? I mean, why is there a pause there? Doesn't it sound like more like he's saying it has metal? Like, I'm in a tractor trailer, it has metal. Maybe he says hazmat, but who says hazmat? Why is there a pause after has? That has hazmat? Let me see if it says that.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't really. I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't really stop on the side of the highway.
Oh man, I can't hear that. I can't hear it say hazmat. That doesn't have that sound at all.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't. I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't.
I mean, I know people hear that. I don't know how you're hearing that, though. Yeah, that's the thing. But now I just heard the tractor trailer part. I got that. All right, so, all right, let's see. I'm in a tractor trailer. I don't know. It says like you. I know you guys keep saying it says it has hazmat because everybody told you that. So now you all hear it. Like everybody read the first people that said it. Now you all hear it. I know how it works. Okay, like it says hazmat. That's what it sounds like. Hazmat, like that. That's the cadence of it. Hazmat. You hear that? Or watch.
I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't.
It has meta. I mean, who says it like that? It says has meta. I mean, so who says has meta? Right. No, but everybody commented right above you, Sandra. Oh, even before I started playing it, you thought you heard that. That's crazy. Why does it say has meta like that? How come it says it like that? Yeah, I know what all the rest of it says. I'm not, like, I got all that typed in. You know, he says tractor trailer, and then let's play it again.
I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't. I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't really like stop.
Hazmat. Maybe it's like hazmat, like that. And I can't stop. Yeah. I'm in a tractor trailer. Let me listen to it again.
I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway.
It has tractor trailer. It has. Let me do it again.
I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't really like stop.
Maybe it says in a tractor trailer with hazmat, something like that.
I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I'm the tractor trailer that has meta.
What does he say right before that? I don't know if I can slow it down.
I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't. I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't really.
I'm in a tractor trailer that has mat. I don't know. It's like it's missing some words then, though, right? Like. No, he's not saying the name of the street there. He's talking about he's in a tractor trailer.
I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't.
It's, well, you know what it sounds like to me? I'm in a tractor trailer. It has meta. I mean, isn't that weird? That's what it sounds like to me. I'm in a tractor trailer. It has meta. I'm in a tractor trailer. It has meta. Watch.
I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't. I'm the tractor trailer that has.
I'm in a tractor trailer. It has meta. Right? I'm going to just shower ahead and wear a hat. Oh, come on. Oh. Yeah.
I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't really like. I'm the tractor trailer that has meta.
And he says, I can't really like stop, is what he says right after that.
I'm the tractor trailer that has meta. I can't really like stop on the side. I'm the tractor trailer that has meta.
Yeah. He says, I can't really like stop on the side of the highway. He says, I'm in a tractor trailer. It has. I mean, it sounds like he says it has something, right? But then that's part of your word that says, like, if he says tractor trailer, what is he saying, though? Tractor trailer, hazmat. Did he just say that? I live in a tractor trailer, hazmat. So I can't really pull over. Is that what you're saying? Maybe he just says that. That's right. Let's see. Let's just see if it sounds like this. I'm in a tractor trailer, hazmat.
I'm the detective Joe at hazmat.
No, but
I'm the detective Joe at hazmat.
it sounds like he says it in there too, like it has something. It has Mata. I don't know, man. You guys hear what I'm saying at all? Like how it doesn't say hazmat though? Because hazmat, you say it like that. Hazmat. You don't go hazmata. There isn't like another syllable after it. Like it just, maybe he was about to say something else like hazmat, you know.
I'm the detective Joe at hazmat. I can't really. I'm the detective Joe at hazmat.
I don't know, man. Almost like it says has metal or something. But yeah, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that, Peter. Doesn't say it just like that. I mean, I like it when things actually sound correct. You know, like this is one of those ones where I got all the other words. This is just one of those ones. Erica thinks it says hazmat too. You know, I just don't hear
I'm the detective Joe at hazmat. I can't. I'm the detective Joe at hazmat.
I'm in a tractor trailer. It has meta. Hazardous matter. Oh, let me see if that says that. Let me see.
I'm the detective Joe at hazmat. I can't really. I'm the detective Joe at hazmat. I can't. I'm the detective Joe at hazmat. I can't really like.
Oh, maybe it says has matter. Oh, that's what it is. Has matter, like abbreviation for hazardous material. I'm going to put that one in. I guarantee it says that. It's has matter. Oh man, I bet you anything that's what it says. Yeah, guarantee it. Yeah, has matter. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Just like that.
I'm the detective Joe at hazmat. I can't really like stop on the side of the house.
Oh yeah.
I'm the detective Joe at hazmat.
It's like the short for saying hazardous material. Yeah, maybe like matter, like matter. You know, like has matter. You know, like hazardous material. Okay, there we go. All right, thank you. I knew there was another sound in there. Very cool, very cool. Thanks, you guys. That's it. See? It didn't say hazardous material. See what I'm saying? Or it doesn't say... yeah, I mean, it makes more sense now. Like you guys are saying hazmat, right? So I think this one says has matter. Daphne just doesn't get it. She never does, so it's kind of strange. All right, anyways, so we got that. Now we're just going to play the rest of it.
I'm the detective Joe at hazmat. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway.
No, you're fine.
It does, Daphne. I'm sorry for your confusion, which isn't uncommon.
I'm the detective Joe at hazmat. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway.
No, you're fine. Can I get your name as a witness, please?
Yeah, it's Robert Miller.
Okay, and a good phone number for you, Zinni.
I don't have the phone number in there.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't,
Okay,
Daphne.
I had that information over for them.
Honestly.
You have a safe trip. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you, and thanks for coming to work today.
Thanks for coming to work today. I wonder why you said that. Now you're often confused, Daphne. Almost every show, to be honest with you. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Have to get rid of that for a while. When they have certain placards, they are not permitted to stop. I have hazmat. I can't stop. Right. Yeah. So it's something right in that ballpark. You know, hazmat, hazmatter, because he has another syllable after it. That's why I keep saying that. So you watch after he says mat, he does. There's some other sound.
I'm the detective Joe at hazmat. I can't. I'm the detective Joe at hazmat.
Like it has meta. You know, there's another sound. You guys hear that, right? It doesn't stop after the T in mat. Right. Very cool, very cool. All right. Let's see. Will the caller please call in? Clear this up. No. Well, anyways, I think it's close. Either way, if it says hazmatter, as in hazardous material, or hazmat, also meaning hazardous material, it's close, right? It's We got it close. I mean, it's just so unbelievable. No, he doesn't say and, Peter. He doesn't say and afterwards. Remember how you did that the last time too, Peter? Yeah, Cindy, he does. Well, he doesn't really, it's not a good sentence no matter how you look at it, right? I'm in a truck.
I'm the detective Joe.
I'm in a truck.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat.
Like, if I'm in a tractor trailer, it has, you know, it's kind of weird. It's like, he's saying it's, probably like, I'm in a tractor trailer, it's hazmat. You know, like, there's another syllable. Now, you might want to say it says hazmat. Yeah, we know what it says, Flounder 23. I got all of it in here. The whole sentence is, I'm in a tractor trailer, it's hazmatter. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway. That's what it says. I can't really like stop. I got it all the rest of it. What?
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway.
See,
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat.
Yeah, so you even got that wrong. You know, you're leaving out words. Yeah, it says I'm in a tractor trailer. It's hazmat or hazmatter, whatever the hell it is. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway. No, you're fine. Can I get your name as a witness, please? That's next.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway.
No, you're fine. Can I get your name as a witness, please?
Yeah, it's Robert Miller.
Okay, and a good phone number.
Yeah, I mean that's what I hear, Chicken Wing. The extra A at the end, right? Yeah, maybe he's like, hey, I got some hazmata. You know what I'm saying? Like hazmata. Yeah, exactly. I think that you're right. I think you're right. Not matter. He doesn't pronounce it hard like that. Yeah, I got some hazmata. You know what I'm saying? You know, like a Boston accent, kind of. Yeah, I totally agree with that. No, it's not what it says, Cindy. I know you want it to be. You want to support your buddy, Daphne, but you're incorrect, and so is she, and it's just the way it is, all right? Hey, look at that. Crime to Sleep gifted 10 memberships. Thank you. Yeah, you know what, though? Either way, it means the same thing, right? Hazmat or hazmata, whatever the hell you want to look at it, that's what's being said. Oh, and welcome to Youper Girl, Tierney, Loberg, Stormy Skies, French Fry, Christy, Woodwood, Ear Sinner, Laurel something 5, Nomad Beads. All right. Don't you hate this channel, Nomad Beads? I thought you like hated this channel. I don't remember. All right, so now we'll just listen to it one last time for the technical information.
I just want to report a car fire. He's off on the side of I-10, about 85.5 mile marker.
Oh, okay. Are you on? Is it on the freeway or out to the side of the road?
He's off on the side of the road. He went down in the ditch, but I saw like flames literally inside the vehicle. I don't know how many people are in it or what color the vehicle was or anything.
Let's see, Highway Patrol, do not hang up. 1 moment.
Sure.
CPS 911, where's your emergency?
I just want to report a car. It's on fire. It's off the side it's on the north side of the westbound lanes on I-10, about the 85.5 mile marker.
Westbound or eastbound?
He was like down in the bushes, but I saw a flame inside the vehicle.
Okay, see, they're on the westbound I-10?
Yes. Yeah, just north of the highway. I don't really know what it is. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, unknown vehicle. Okay. Anyone, you said there's people outside the vehicle?
I believe I saw at least one person outside, yes.
Okay, so.
I'm the detective Joe at Hazmat. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway.
No, you're fine. Can I get your name as a witness, please?
Yeah, it's Robert Miller.
Okay, and a good phone number for you. Correct, Robert?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I had that information over for them. You have a safe trip. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you, and thanks for coming to work
Let me hear
today.
that last part again.
Yeah, it's Robert Miller.
Okay, and a good phone number for you, Zinni. Correct, Robert?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I had that information over for them. You have a safe trip. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you, and
Okay,
thanks for coming to work
something.
today.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's Robert Miller.
Okay, and a good phone number for you, Zinni. Correct, Robert?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I had that information over for them. You have a safe trip.
Yeah, it's Robert Miller.
Okay, and a good phone number for you, Zinni. Correct, Robert?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I had that information over for them. You have a safe trip. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you, and thanks for coming to work today.
All right, there we go. Yeah, thank you very much for getting those memberships. Appreciate it. All right, let's see, what do we got here? Move over here. So right here it says.
Yeah, it's Robert Miller.
Okay, and a good phone number for you, Zinni. Correct, Robert?
Correct, Robert? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I had that information over for them. You have a safe trip. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you, and thanks for coming to work today.
All right, there we go. So what we get from that is the car's off the side of the road. It has the fire was inside the vehicle, and yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are. Hazmat's also abbreviating it. I'm just saying I hear another syllable in there, so it's hard for me to just go, yeah, well, it just says hazmat. But, I can see him say, yeah, it's hazmat, and it just, either way, it means the same thing, all right? So at least we have that. All right, now we're going to do a different one. Well, I think there's another call here. I'll make it louder.
DPS.
Hello. Hey, we are out with what we thought was a vehicle fire westbound I-10 at milepost 85, and there appears to be a dead person in the vehicle. So my sergeant is wanting to know if you guys want to respond, or he needs a refusal from a lieutenant or higher.
Whoa, what's going on? Crime to sleep? Thank you. Oh, is it really? Meta is a pronoun? What does that mean then? The trip can be programmed. Oh, is that really? Is that true? What's the world? Is that true what you just said there? Because I kept hearing meta. It just didn't make sense to me. But are you serious about that or what? Wow. It has meta. Because that would make total sense if that's true what you just typed in up there. But anyways, thanks so much again there, Crime to Sleep. So let's see. Welcome to Sandy30236, Liquid Ghetto, Jennifer White, Brent Tyndall, Gina Schaefer, Hippie Chick 74, Knuckles, Dave Zagrino, Candy Kitten, and Cheryl Locke, and Ashley Hansen. I thought you already were a member, Ashley Hansen. Is that a real phrase for sure for truckers? Let's see. Because if it is, that's it then. Hold on. Let's see. Meta. Trucker jargon. I don't know. You'd have to send me a link on that. I'm not going to be able to find something like that. Who said that up there? Give me a link that shows that's what it means. Oh. Was part of the trucking culture. The guide is essential. Usually a metal. Yeah. I don't know. I can't find what you're saying there, so I don't know who put that in there. But that's what I always heard before. But the word meta. So that's the word he uses to speaking on a C. He's used to speaking on a CB. Has meta, and he can't stop because he's being monitored. Okay, and then what did you say next? The word meta computers. Or meta. He has programming track. I don't know. I need to have proof of that before I switched it right over to that. But you guys, look at this. Look at this right here, you guys. That's about as far down that I've ever seen. This late into a show. $7.32. Chicken, pronounce things, I don't know. Didn't he say he saw someone outside the... Yeah, he does later. I'm just trying to get to the next part here, but I want to see what this person said about that word. I can't find a reference to the word meta, meaning the truck basically drives on its own. I mean, that's interesting if that's true. I'd like to see that. Maybe he's saying he's driving a tractor trailer full of hazmat and he can't... Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we were saying. I think he says hazmata. And, wait, you did that 3 times? Crime to sleep? Holy crap. Thank you. And then a super chat. So thank you. Wow. Very kind, very kind. Yeah, I haven't found anything about meta. I do think it says, I think it says hazmata because he does have another sound after that. But it's the same thing. If you think it's hazmat or hazmat, whatever the hell it is, that means that. Now, if it's meta is something else, then that's a bigger, that's a totally different thing, and definitely you can hear that, right? Like if you listen to that, we'll have to go back and listen to that again later, but...
DPS. Hello. Hey,
By the way, have you ever heard anybody sound like this lady is just so Valley Girl, like, hello, hey, we found a body in that burning car, yay! Hey, what are you doing later? Do you want to get a Coke?
Chewbacca?
Oh, I'll do Chewbacca if you want me to.
Thanks,
Yeah, but
Greg.
do you think the truck driver would know that the police officer knew what meta meant? Meta trucking software. Yeah, I don't see anything called meta trucking software. Now there's something called meta freight, actively monitored loads, meta freights, AI dispatcher, actively monitor loads communicating directly with the driver to receive updates and proactively prevent delays. Is that what you're talking about? Meta freight net is a truck drivers and owner-operator recruiting solution. I don't know. You'd have to send me a link. Here, send me a link to what you're talking about to right here, and we'll see if that's it. All right. Okay, that was it. It's called meta freight. You think he would say like that? Let me listen to it. Well, I can't listen to it now. We'll just keep this on the side, and we'll listen to that later. But anyways, listen to this lady here. Watch.
DPS. Hello. Hey, we are out with what we thought was a vehicle fire westbound I-10 at mile post 85, and there appears to be a dead person in the vehicle. So my sergeant is wanting to know if you guys want to respond, or he needs a refusal from a lieutenant or higher.
So it's on the freeway or it's off the freeway?
And by the way, what's the deal with this politic crap that they have here?
DPS. Hello. Hey, we are out with what we thought was a vehicle fire westbound I-10 at mile post 85, and there appears to be a dead person in the vehicle. So my sergeant is wanting to know if you guys want to respond, or he needs a refusal from a lieutenant or higher.
So it's on the freeway or it's off the freeway?
Yes, it's on the freeway at milepost 85.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
Uh-huh.
There, you can maybe see these over here. Okay, hang on 1 second. And then you just became a member yourself. All right, well, thanks. I know.
All right, I was told to start a call. So you said milepost 85?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so it says, all right, I was told,
all right, I was told to start a call.
I'll start a call.
You said milepost 85?
Yes, ma'am. Westbound.
Westbound I-10.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are on scene?
Yes, we are, with fire.
Yes, they are with fire.
So what's interesting is there's somebody talking to her in the background. So she's this. Maybe it's a training day or something. I don't know. But
and you guys are on scene?
Right?
Yes, we are with fire.
Yes, they are with fire.
Wait, hold on. Let me go back.
All right, I was told to start a call. So you said milepost 85?
Yes, ma'am. Westbound.
Westbound I-10. And you guys are...
I'm kind of like I got lost where I was here. Okay, right there. Okay, right. I was trying to start.
All right, I was told to start a call. So you said milepost 85?
Yes, ma'am.
Westbound.
Westbound.
Westbound I-10. And you guys are on scene?
Yes, we are with fire.
Yes, they are with fire.
I think she actually, that officer here, right after here, she says, again.
Westbound.
Westbound I-10. And you guys are on scene?
Yes, we are with fire.
Yes, they are with fire.
You can just barely hear that. They must have cut something out here. Whatever that was, we don't know. Pretty weird though. Why would you? What was going on there?
All right, so milepost 85 I-10 westbound.
Yes.
DPS and fire on scene for what they thought was vehicle fire, but there's a dead body inside.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
All I know is it's a Chevy Malibu, or was a Chevy Malibu. And it was reported that the flames were coming from inside the vehicle by the person that drove past it.
How long ago did the call come in?
It came in at 00:33.
12:33 a.m. 00, she said. I was proud of myself to get that one.
Okay, looks like we have a VIN.
Anything else I need from them?
I have the VIN if you want that.
Somebody driving by saw flames inside.
Oh wait, what does it say? South. What did she say right there?
Do you have the caller's name and information?
Okay, that's one that I don't have here. This one.
Do you have the caller's name and information?
No,
or name and phone number?
Yeah, it's over here. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Looks like we have a VIN.
Anything else I need from them?
I have the VIN if you want that.
Somebody driving by saw flames inside.
So, driving by, something's inside. What do you think it's saying right there? We'll be driving by...
Somebody driving by saw flames inside. Somebody driving by, saw flames inside.
Like South Lane inside or something? What do you think that one says? Well, that's what I said the whole time, Daphne. Has meta. All right, anyway, here we go. Look it.
Somebody driving by, saw flames inside. Somebody driving by, saw flames inside.
Oh, saw flames inside. There you go. That sounds right.
Somebody driving by, saw flames inside.
Oh, somebody, I think it says somebody driving by saw flames inside.
Somebody driving by, saw flames inside.
That's exactly what it says. Okay, where is that? Somebody driving by saw flames inside. There we go. Somebody driving by saw flames inside. All right, that one's got that one in there. Sweet. So thanks for the flames inside. All right, so let's see.
Somebody driving by, saw flames inside. Do you have the caller's name and information, or name and phone number?
Hold on 1 second. Okay, the caller is going to be a Robert Miller. His phone number is... And did you want the VIN?
Sure, I could put that in there.
Sure. It's going to be Arizona 1 George 1, Zebra Boy 5, Sam Tom 9, John Frank 2, 665 48.
Alrighty.
Great. I will let the sergeant know that you're sending deputies in. Thank you.
Well, we're just putting it in right now to let the sergeant know.
Oh, okay.
But we'll let you know.
Great. I will let the sergeant know that you're sending deputies in. Thank you.
Well, we're just...
Great. I will let the sergeant know that you're sending deputies in. Thank you.
Well, we're just putting it...
Okay, it says... we're... Yeah, and then she says it. All right, let's see.
Great. I will let the sergeant know that you're sending deputies in. Thank you.
Well, we're just putting it in right now to let the sergeant know.
Oh, okay.
But we'll let you know.
Okay. Okay. So if it's a refusal, then he needs a lieutenant or higher.
Okay.
Name and badge and all that. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
I think that was pretty good. All right, you guys, we got it all figured out. Awesome. So you think it says, now we're going to go back to the other one. Hey, thanks, JK's, Hughesy, and the Freak Show. Hope all is well. Well, thank you. Yep, the Freak Show is going on as we speak. All right, so let's move back in the other one again, and let's try to get that figured out exactly what, I think it does say, you know. That's why I thought it says, like, has meta, you know, like, the word, like, I didn't know what it meant. Like, I thought it said has meta, but it's actually H-A-Z, not H-A-S, and then maybe it says meta as terms of a software program or whatever the hell it is, all right? But I always hate when people they're so sure of something, but as you can see now, nobody's sure. All right, here we go.
Trying to report a car fire. He's off on the side of I-10, about 85 and a half mile marker.
Huzzy and the Freak Show.
Huzzy.
All is well.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
About 85 and a half mile marker.
Oh, okay. Are you on? Is it on the freeway or out to the side of the road?
He's off on the side of the road. He went down in the ditch, but I saw like flames literally inside the vehicle. I don't know how many people are in it or what color the vehicle was or anything.
So he said basically said he saw flames in the vehicle. He didn't know how many people were in the vehicle, if there's anybody in it.
Or what color the vehicle was or anything.
Lucky Highway Patrol, do not hang up. 1 moment.
Sure.
Now he's being transferred.
CPS 911, where's your emergency?
I just want to report a car. It's on fire. It's off the side of, it's on the north side of the westbound lanes on I-10, about the 85.5 mile marker.
Westbound or eastbound?
He was like down in the bushes, but I saw a flame inside the vehicle.
Okay, they're on the westbound I-10?
Yes. Yeah, just north of the highway.
See, that was hard to figure out, but I realized you said, is that a sedan?
Or what color the vehicle was or anything.
Location Highway Patrol, do not hang up. 1 moment.
Sure.
CPS 911, where's your emergency?
I just want to report a car. It's on fire. It's off the side of, it's on the north side of the westbound lanes on I-10, about the 85.5 mile marker.
Westbound or eastbound?
He was like down in the bushes, but I saw a flame inside the vehicle.
Okay, they're on the westbound I-10?
Yes. Yeah, just north of the highway. I don't really know what it is. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, unknown vehicle. Okay. Anyone, you said there's people outside the vehicle?
I believe I saw at least one person outside, yes.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I feel like I missed something there.
I just want to report a car. It's on fire. It's off the side of, it's on the north side of the westbound lanes on I-10, about the 85.5 mile marker.
Westbound or eastbound?
He was like down in the bushes, but I saw a flame inside the vehicle.
Okay, they're on the westbound I-10?
Yes. Yeah, just north of the highway. I don't really know what it is. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, unknown vehicle. Okay. Anyone, you said there's people outside the vehicle?
I believe I saw at least one person outside, yes.
Okay.
I'm the type of trailer that has meta. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway.
No, you're fine. Can I get your name as a witness, please?
I'm the type of trailer that has meta. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway.
All right, so there you go. Tractor trailer that has meta, right? You guys hear the other syllable, right? That's why I couldn't accept hazmat. All right, so hey, maybe that is the meta that the guy was mentioning above. Apparently it like tracks your vehicle, makes sure you're on time, so he couldn't really pull over. He has to keep moving, something like that.
I'm the type of trailer that has meta. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway.
No, you're fine. Can I get your name as a witness, please?
Yeah, it's Robert Miller.
Okay, and a good phone number for you, Cindy. Correct, Robert?
Yes, ma'am.
No, it says hazmat.
Okay, I had that information over for them.
Has
you have
meta.
a safe trip. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Thanks.
We already went through the whole rigmarole, JK, on the. I don't think it says hazmat, just like that. Nobody says. It sounds like he's saying has something, because nobody says, well, you guys, I have a hazmat a suit, or it just doesn't. Nobody talks like that when they say that word. Where does he say that he saw somebody outside the vehicle? I believe I saw at least one. Oh, there it is. I believe I saw at least one person outside. Yes. So that means that's the killer, you guys. That's the killer right there. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Cindy. Of course, Daphne. Whatever fits your theory. Yeah.
I'm the type of trailer that has meta. I can't really like stop on the side of the highway.
No, you're fine. Can I get your name as a witness, please?
Yeah, it's Robert Miller.
Okay, and a good phone number for you, Cindy. Correct, Robert?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I had that information over for them. You have a safe trip. Thank you.
Either way, we all think it says the meaning of it's the same, unless it is the trucking software program. Okay? That's it. So, I mean, if it's hazmat or hazmata, whatever the hell it's saying, that's it. What I could try to do is take that, I can look this up really quick and see if it comes up with a name or what vehicle it was. That would just be the previous owner. Oh, and by the way, I have photographs of the inside of that. So this is the car prior to the incident. So it had already been damaged. Remember how it was, the insurance company took control of it, and then I guess it was like salvaged, or whatever the hell the term was that they used. Remember that? Well, that, oh, weird. That's the left eye. Oh, there's one more number. Pretty sure I got the correct, wrote it down right. Yeah, it's invalid. Oh well. Yeah, maybe she read it wrong, because I went through that 3 times. Well, he didn't know if he just said it was a person. I'm sure they've talked to him. Don't you think? Yeah, he didn't say, like the operator, everybody kept, like the one operator assumed that the driver of the vehicle was a guy, but I mean, it probably was, but no, I don't know what it is. I'm just saying it's either hazmat. Oh, give me a break. That's ridiculous. Because he says hazmat, like he says it slow. Nobody talks like that. And Cindy, you're trying to be a smart ass in there, I can tell. Hazmat. And then he can't really stop. Come on, you guys. Nobody talks like that. It's ridiculous. No, you weren't, Cindy. I know what you were doing. Let's see. Yeah, it's either one of those chicken wing. Yeah, so either way, the people who thought it was hazmat are, if it is hazmata, it's also the same damn thing. I mean, we're arguing about a syllable, but it is said, the syllable. Anyways, so yeah, like that's that shot, and then this is the other. This is the vehicle that she was found in. So this is the owner of the vehicle. You know, crashed it and then pulled over and took some pictures of it, and that was the last time she ever saw this vehicle. Then it was towed away because it was totaled, I guess. But I guess you could still drive it, so somebody else got control of the vehicle and used it to put her body there. Yeah, we know what hazardous materials mean. Yep, yep. He doesn't say that, though. He says something like hazmat, like he says hazmata, like that. And somebody up above says, I always thought it says hazmeta, right? And then apparently, that's what a guy up above said, that they have software in trucks called Meta, and it kind of, it's sort of a tracking system that keeps you on your schedule. So maybe that's what he was saying. I don't know, you know, but he definitely doesn't say the word hazardous materials. But we all know what hazmat stands for, yeah. So whose car was she? Well, we don't know. There was another owner of the car, but it was a salvaged vehicle. It was salvaged. So. And no, this account, that's not what it says, okay? And we can try it one more time.
I'm going to type a jar that has meta. I can't really like.
It has meta. I mean, see, it says it has something, right? So if it almost isn't enough to. It almost feels like the software thing makes the most sense linguistically, because it's like, I'm in a tractor trailer, it has meta, you know, like that.
I'm in a tractor trailer, it has meta, I can't really...
Yeah,
I'm in a tractor trailer, it has meta, I can't really, like, stop on the side of the highway.
Right, now it could be saying, yeah, it has matter, and, yeah, maybe said, I'm in a tractor trailer, but how does it has hazmat? I mean, you think it would say it has hazmat, but he doesn't say that, a second has, right? So, jeez. You know, it's like I just wish people would see what I'm saying, like in terms of, like, people don't talk, say, I'm in a tractor trailer, he would say it has mata. He would say it has hazmat. He would be two hases in there, but he doesn't. It says it has meta, basically, it sounds like. And then, so that makes more sense with the software idea, right? Do you get that part? Right, something like that.
I'm in a tractor trailer, it has meta, I can't really, like, stop on the side of the highway.
No, you're fine. Could I get your name as a witness?
Right, and, you know, you could, if it had hazardous material, you could stop on the side of the highway. But he's got something where, if it's that software, it kind of keeps you on schedule, and you got to, you know, I don't know, you know, it's not automatically driving you. I mean, he could pull over, but, you know, I don't know. I do not know. I just don't think it specifically says hazmat, because it doesn't make sense linguistically at all. Yeah, exactly, Jay. Something like that. There's software out there that kind of tracks. Right, but just saying it hazmat. See, this is what you want me to believe. It says, I got a tractor trailer, it hazmat. That's just terrible, like, it doesn't even make sense. It hazmat, you know? So that's where the that's where I get stuck at. The guy definitely says hazmat. I can't. No, he doesn't. 80. He doesn't. He definitely doesn't. Sorry for your confusion. All right. And you're also wrong on I can't. That part there. He doesn't say it like that. He says, I can't really, like, stop on the side of the highway. So you got to be really precise. That's not what he says. He says, I'm in a tractor trailer. It has meta. I can't really, like, stop on the side of the highway. Yep. No, you're fine. Can I get your name as a witness, please? Yeah, it's Robert Miller. Okay, and good phone number for you if there's any. Correct, Robert? Yes, ma'am. Firm chair booty that needed noticed. Hazmat. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say that, Deb B.
I'm in a tractor trailer, it has meta, I can't really, like, stop on the side of the highway.
Yeah, it doesn't say, like, hazmat. There's a whole nother syllable after the T in mat, so we're just going to move on now. I'm not, I think we got a pretty good script over here, and there we go. Don't know exactly. I know other people here hazmat. I don't. Sorry. I hear that and something. They're not allowed to stop without permission. The software plea them. They could be fired. Big part of trucking and Savannah. Interesting. Pretty cool. Let's see. That's not what he said, though, Zozo. So, no, we know we had the word hazmat. PD says hazmat. Who says this? Hey, I got a truck full of hazmat. Like it, just get rid of the part. Who says, I have a truck full of hazmat? That's just ridiculous. Nobody talks like that. They say it in one word. So, Let's see, there's special hazmat trucks, though I don't think the tractor trailer can carry that kind of stuff. When you look up hazmat truck, it looks red like a fire truck. Yeah, and it could be, like the guy said earlier, that there's software called meta, so it's like it has meta. And that absolutely is exactly what it sounds like he's saying. And that keeps you on track, and he can't really just pull over because then he'll be there for hours talking about what he saw and, filling out reports, and he's got to be somewhere, So that actually makes sense, It could be a variation of hazmat, he says hazmata, because there's another syllable there, and it could be, and that would mean that, if you thought it said hazmat, it's correct in terms of the meaning, just not the way he said it. Yeah. So, do we get to hear it? No, you don't get to hear it again. I've played it 75,000 times. All right. We're going to move on now to something else. So we went through the whole 911 calls. You can go back and listen to the video over and over and over again and type it in, and it just is what it is. Yeah, like metadata. All right. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, if you're out there and you want to help support the Gray Hughes Investigates YouTube channel so we can determine whether or not there is meta or meta or hazmat or hazmeta or hazmeta, that'd be great. All right, we're still only about a quarter of the way on that screen there. There's probably a million drivers named Robert Miller. Robert Miller is probably one of the most common names in mankind. Don't you think? I mean, Miller is literally one of the most common names, and Robert's one of the most common male names, so I'm sure there's more than one Robert Miller out there. So I bet you in the United States there are 25,000 Robert Millers who drive trucks. Just a guess. Hey, thanks, Michelle H. Get enough look at the person outside. Yeah, he just said he saw at least one person. That's all he said. And he said that he saw a fire inside the vehicle, not a body. He just said he saw a fire inside the vehicle. And it turns out that Mercedes was, they put lighter fluid on her and then lit her on fire while she was still alive. Whether or not I hope she wasn't conscious. I think she may have been out. But she had bleach poured down her throat too, so you sort of wonder what was going on in the 2 hours of missing time. Were they doing, who the hell knows? But that's pretty disturbing to pour bleach down her throat. They beat her and shot her and then lit her on fire. Probably one of the most disturbing cases you're ever going to see. Mm-hmm. He didn't say he saw another vehicle. No, he did not say that. It's weird too, because maybe there was another vehicle that was going to show up a little bit after that and pick him up. So he might walk down the road a little bit and then get into somebody else's car, where it made it look like they were disassociated, sort of. Walks down the road about 500 feet, and then somebody just pulls over. I'd like to see though they were saying it was in a ditch. I don't see any ditches near the, and I'm saying ditches, okay? Like just off the side of the road, is that really a ditch? I mean, it looks kind of, I guess it does drop, right? And the road's up higher. And the truck driver said it was 85.5, but then on the next dispatch they said near mile marker 85, and she was there, so don't really know. Thanks, Paulette Leonard. When was this? This is March of this year. Interestingly. I wonder if you could still find the singed part of the ground, you would think. Maybe it didn't really do that, though. Yeah, so maybe that's kind of a drop-off, and that's what they're talking about. But they were saying 25 yards off the road. Wait, let me get to the end where we're supposed to be. So this is 85.5. Whether it was here or not, I don't know. Thank you, Cheradubi. Has meta. Gray is correct. Like Elsa. Let it go. Well, you know, I can't say that I'm 100% convinced, but it's the only thing that makes sense grammatically, actually. You know, like the way it was said, it doesn't make sense. Put the word hazmat in there when he didn't say anything on. So it doesn't say that, Deborah.
As Meta Gray is correct like Elsa, let it go.
It doesn't say that, Deborah. I know that you want it to say that, but it doesn't. You must have been one of the newbies that just got a freebie up above. You can always tell when they pop in here. Moved on, but I think it says he can't stop. He passed meta or whatever. No, it doesn't say that. You're out of order there, Courtney. Yeah, that's not the order that went in at all. No, I don't mean meta like Facebook. There's trucking software called Meta Freight, and it keeps you on track. It's an AI kind of situation, I guess. Is there a truck stop you just passed? I don't know. We were kind of looking at this a while ago, and there was, you know, various points. Like over here, there was a spot you could, and there was a truck stop here. You know, this was near 85, and that's kind of what we used to always think. But then they were saying it's 85.5. So there's a truck stop right here, and we would say, like, if it was before that, it would make sense because you could just come over here and then turn around right there in the road and just drive across and come back this way. Nah, yeah. Well, it could say that, but he doesn't say the word hazmat. He says hazmata or something like that. Yeah, we've already gone through it all. Hey, what does it matter, guys? I know, it's hazmata, meta, either way, the dude can't stop. Right. And exactly. Right. Yeah, and then, yeah, we already said that. Like, it doesn't say hazmat. Like, it doesn't just stop. The word hazmat does not exist in there. Okay? Now, if it says hazmata or hazmeta, because there's a pause after the has part, then, you know, that's something different. Okay? But we don't know. Okay? Well, but if it is, then everybody who thinks it's hazmat and everybody thinks it says hazmata, they all think it's hazmat, hazardous material. So we're all on the same page there. Now, if it doesn't say that and it says hazmeta, meaning the software that you got to keep on track, you know, you get in trouble if you don't stick on your, you know, on the route and the timing and stuff like that. So that could be exactly what he's saying. And that's what somebody just explained above. No, but it does. Lots of people said that, Zozo, and I still don't hear stop it. Every time I listen to it, when I'm talking to the sisters, we keep hearing Joseph or Jonathan every single time. I know. So, you know, you can hear stop it if you want to. You can hear Jonathan if you want to. You can hear whatever you want. Yeah, people can hear whatever people tell you to hear. That's what you hear, right? So, like in the Jonathan's case, he says there's one part where the girlfriend's Ashley's speaking, and it sounds like she says Joseph or Jonathan, and then if you want to hear stop it, you can hear stop it. Kind of makes sense, you know. The stop it one makes more sense, right? Because then why is she saying those names? But every time I listen to it again, I hear Joseph. Every single time. Like even though I was told it said stop it, and I can hear stop it, every time I hear it just naturally again, I hear Joseph. And so do a lot of other people too. So there you go. Let's see. Yeah, but he didn't know it was emergency. It was just a car on fire. And somebody walking around outside. So you would likely think that the person isn't still inside the car. I mean, you know, on a highway, it's not going to... You know, he called it in, but... And it's a truck. Like, he's zooming by. Where's he going to stop? Like a mile and a half down the road and then back up? And they know the owner of the white Chevy Malibu is, but it's not related because the car was totaled and was picked up by an insurance company and then given to then it was at a salvage yard. And somebody obviously went there and got it somehow, whether they broke in and stole it or, you know, paid cash and, no names exchanged or whatever. You know, $200 for the damn car, and it was just enough to get it. It worked. Drove down the highway, pulled over, and that's it. Yeah, remember the whole Venmo? Yeah, right. That Venmo message. It's kind of like that. Didn't her mother say the car was about 25 feet off? Yeah, she said that. And he said it was in the ditch off the side of the highway. But then the other lady said it was on the highway. So I don't know why the hell, the lady that was on the next call with the 911 operator, she was like, oh yeah, it's in a ditch. Oh my God. No, it doesn't say that, Jasper. It doesn't say that. We already know it. We already know the I can't really stop on the highway. We've said that 1,000 times. It doesn't say it has hazmat. There isn't 2 times where it says has. Okay. Hey, thanks, Wendy Van Rokel. I wish it said that because then it'd be easy to determine it. Yeah, but even if it does say that, okay, listen, for all of you who want to believe it says hazmat, feel free to believe that. For those of you who want to believe it says hazmata, like he's just like, oh man, it's got hazmat matter, like matter. He's saying it, but kind of quick, like hazmatter, like hazardous material in it. Hey, that's good for you. Now, if you're people out there that thinks it says hazmeta, meaning software that it keeps you on track and you can't really deviate from it, he's got to keep on moving, then that's great too. All right, that's it. I'm not going to, or we consider for 20 hours and you're not going to convince me that it says hazmat just like that. It doesn't. All right, because nobody speaks like that. Nobody goes hazmat and nobody goes hazmata. Like, who says that like this? Well, I'm driving a truck, it hazmat. There's no other words in there. It hazmat. It's ridiculous. If there was 2 hazes, I would agree with you, but it doesn't. And then there's another syllable after the mata. After mat, it goes hazmata. It goes hazmata. There's actually a pause after has and then a mata, right? Yeah, it really doesn't matter. That's right. Hey, look at Lisa Valenzuela. That was a good one. It really doesn't matter, LOL. I don't know why I was thinking it was semi farther off the road. It said 25 yards, 75 feet. Welcome, Navy swimmer. Omnitrax girly. Right. Let's see. I was wondering if it has. All right. Well, anyways, I'm going to switch over now. We're going to go back. You guys remember that? Let's see. Jerry Holeman original. I think it would be really interesting to listen to that now after we've got all this other information. It was like a 27-minute long interview with Alexis McAdams from Fox59. Now she works for Fox News. And it's interesting. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. Code Gray doesn't say that. Barker would know what it says. I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm gonna ban the word in this chat again. The word hazmat and hazmata and I know. It doesn't sound like that. I know you want it to. As long as it's opposite of what Gray thinks. That's always good. Yeah. Yeah, dribble. That's so funny because, later on when I was thinking, I guess my mom would say stuff like that. Gray, you're dribbling liquid out of your mouth. But I haven't heard it for so many years that dribble to me is just basketball, Yeah. That's right. It has a hazmata. Does it matter that it says hazmata? We got to make a rap on all this crazy crap. Does it say stop it or Joseph? See, here's the thing is, how come people can hear Joseph and also stop it? They don't even sound at all the same, but yet you can hear them. That's why this shit works. Right here, listen. Oh, at a hut. Did you hear that? It said at a hut. Doop doop. Gilligan, little body, skipper. Man. Batshit. Now, everybody heard batshit right at the end, right? Yep. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Okay, do you guys mind now if we switch topics, please? I don't really want it. It just doesn't matter anymore. Get it? It just doesn't matter anymore. Boom! Yeah, I mean, Erica Pillsbury also put down hazmat, but I don't hear it. I don't see it the way you guys do. It doesn't make sense grammatically. So that's why I can't go with that. But it might say that, and then, it's great. If not, either way, he didn't stop his truck. All right? Because of something. And it has no relevance to the case whatsoever. You get that, right? There's no relevance to it. He was just driving, called 911. They were talking to him for about 2 seconds. And he just kept driving, and that's it. Cheradabadoo. Or Cheradabadooby. All right, you guys, as you can see on the bottom left there, getting absolutely crushed again. Sorry, I don't think it says hazmat, but if you could help support the channel tonight, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, let's see. I got it in here. Downloads. All right. Open with VLC player.
So tell me, obviously, you guys...
Because, if you took J Case out of there, we'd be at $27 after over an hour. That's pretty shitty. All right, here we go.
So tell me, obviously, you guys, we see this, posted all over online. People want to know how you have all this evidence in this case.
So I made it loud so you could hear it from all the questions and what he's saying. It should be equal. Like hers has to be boosted up and his isn't.
And still 6 months later, no suspect in custody. What would your answer be to the community?
Well, it's not like on TV. You know, you see on CSI shows that they solve them in 2 commercial breaks. So it takes a lot of time, and we want to be very thorough. So we want to take our time, make sure our I's are dotted, T's are crossed. But this is a tough case. There's, I think, alleged a lot of evidence, but really we have very little evidence in this case, and we're working with what we have. We're getting a ton of tips, which helps, but some of those tips are misleading and kind of lead us disarray and
astray,
get us unfocused from where we're headed. So, but I think it's not from lack of effort. We continue to use all the detectives from state, federal, and local agencies, and we use all the resources that are available, and we're going to continue to do that. We're not going to leave. It's not a cold case because we're still getting information. So we're going to continue to work as hard as we can on this.
To have, and you say you've little evidence, which, you know, I'm not a detective, I don't work with the police, but, you know, when you hear, you have the guy's voice, you have that sketch, you've got, you know, possible other audio and video and all these tips, and then maybe the reward money. Is that more than people usually have in a case like this?
Yeah, I think so. I think I said we don't have a lot, but we have more than...
Yeah, all these people going, look, he looks like the sketch. He didn't look anything like the sketch over there. What's similar about him to the sketch? Well, let's see. The hair doesn't look the same. His chin doesn't look the same. He doesn't have a goatee. His ears don't look the same. His nose doesn't look the same. But other than that, he's a damn clone. It's so stupid, these people out there that say that. It's just ridiculous.
More than enough.
Hey, thanks, Peter.
To make a case, but we're just not getting that break yet. You know, we're still getting closer every day. We're eliminating. We're getting a lot of tips on people that didn't do it, and we eliminate those daily. So it's like I said before, it's the needle in the haystack, and we get those tips on so and we eliminate them by however we do that, and that just takes another piece of the hay out of the way, so we can start focusing, and eventually it's gonna be there.
Thanks, Sheriff Doobie.
So we keep working, but...
So this was an interview from September of 2017.
And I think a lot of people are misled by some of the Facebook postings and social medias.
You don't say. Boy, nothing's changed, has it?
Not as helpful as some people might think. So
thanks, Peter.
So 6 months ago, you got the phone call, and I know you've talked about this before. Who called you and said first, Abby Williams and Libby German are missing?
I think I heard it on the radio actually, and then I called the sheriff to see if they needed assistance.
You know what I should have put on? You know how like I was recording this all those years ago. What I should do though is like, oh look, there's my inbox down there. Holy crap, everybody! I should have put, like, when that little thing popped up, this one right here, put some, like, Illuminati symbol or something, just... That would have been awesome.
And I think a lot of people are misled by some of the Facebook postings.
I should start doing that just to freak these idiots out. Put some, like, Odinist symbols and so forth.
And social media is not as helpful as some people might think. So,
hold on. Hoping by the time I switch to TV listening mode only, this debate is done. LOL. Have a great night, freaks. Well, you too, Chair Doobie, and thank you. And then we have Linda Howell who said, "Do you think if Trucker has video, could it have picked up another car?" Well, hopefully he has video. Apparently, though, there's surveillance footage of Mercedes' vehicle being like dropped off, and there's shadows of people somewhere. But they're not releasing that. They need to release everything like that in the case. Okay, when I say need, yes, that way you get way more people. You ever notice the cases that have social media, videos, audio, all those things, people jump on those, right? Oh, you do? You think that's what it says? Now that's Eloquent Pirate. Or you're, hold on.
Have picked up another car close by or not? Sorry, off topic now.
Eloquent Pirate is Erica Pillsbury, the mother of Mercedes. She said, sorry, I believe you are correct on Meta. It's Erica Pillsbury ensuring reliability of on-time delivery. Yeah, well, there you go. So it does sound like that. I know that it didn't make sense grammatically, although I could sort of hear the parts that everybody else was saying. But you think that does say that now? Okay. New page for the Odinus for what Alan has. That's pretty funny, Prisoner 57. Okay, cool. Yeah. I knew I was hoping my brain just wasn't malfunctioning, because I definitely can't hear it. But that made sense when that person up above typed in the software. Made sense. You know. So, anyways. I think we got it dialed in. We fixed some other spots too, so I'll send you over the transcript later. All right, because I think we fixed some other spots in there as well. Hey, why'd you delete that Prisoner 57 comment? That was funny. It actually was a joke. He said, hey, Gray, we need to start a GoFundMe page for the Odinus for what Alan has dragged them through. I think that's hilarious. Oh, it's okay, Linda. Anyways, I read it out loud for you, Prisoner 57. That was pretty funny. By the way, Erica, didn't you think it sounded funny, the way, or ridiculous, the way the second 911, how cheery the lady was? It's just like, hey, what's going on? Yeah. Weird. It's software for drivers. Yeah, okay, cool. That's what somebody in the chat said, and it actually made way more sense, because you know what I said I heard it say it has meta. But they go, no, it's hazmat. You know, so I was like, has meta, because the other syllable. So it made me think, but I was like, what's meta though? It's, you know, and now it makes sense that there is literally a software that ensures reliability of time of delivery. Yeah, this is early on. I'll start this over again. This is Sgt Jerry Holeman. He's one of the main. He's Lieutenant Jerry Holeman. He is one of the main investigators in the Delphi case. He's the one who interviewed Richard Allen, and remember the one where he said he was mean. You know, that's who this guy is right here. I mean, he's a cool dude. You know, really. You know, he was like a. You know, he's like a man. You know, like he knows what the hell he's doing. He's not just some lackey sitting around hoping. Well, thank you for that, Erica. At least cleared that up a little bit. Hopefully. There's still people that won't believe that, though. I can just tell you. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
So tell me, obviously, you guys, you know, you see this posted all over online. People want to know how you have all this evidence in this case, and still 6 months later, no suspect in custody. What would your answer be to the community?
Well, it's not like on TV. You know, you see on CSI shows that they solve them in 2 commercial breaks. So it takes a lot of times, and we want to be very thorough. So we want to take our time, make sure our I's are dotted, T's are crossed. But this is a tough case. There's
Hey, Linda, you're a great moderator. Everybody does that. I've done that before too. I've misread stuff and removed the thing. It doesn't make you bad. It just means you made a mistake right there, right? It was funny. All right, just letting you know, okay? So don't, you're a great moderator, Linda. And don't let anybody tell you anything other than that.
I think alleged a lot of evidence, but really we have very little evidence in this case, and we're working with what we have. We're getting a ton of tips, which helps, but some of those tips are misleading and kind of lead us disarray and
astray is what he meant.
Get us unfocused from where we're headed. So, but I think it's not from lack of effort. We continue to use all the detectives from state, federal, and local agencies, and we use all the resources that are available, and we're going to continue to do that. We're not going to leave. It's not a cold case because we're still getting information. So we're going to continue to work as hard as we can on this.
To have, and you say you've little evidence, which, we're not all, I'm not a detective, I don't work with the police, but, when you hear, you have the guy's voice, you have that sketch, you've got, possible other audio and video.
Yeah, you got the sketch, you got the audio, the video. And see, at the time, these people still didn't think, they thought the audio and video were something different. I don't know why anybody ever thought that. There wasn't even a moment in time. I knew the audio came from the video, where they got the still frame from day one. But you could tell people until their face turned blue, and they still wouldn't know what the hell you're talking about. So what he's saying is that, or what she's saying is the same thing Robert Ives even said, that with all of this information, you're going to make an arrest soon, right? You got the camera footage of the killer, you got the audio, you got this and that. And it really kind of just turns out that they should have solved it. This case could have very easily been solved in the first 3 weeks. But it wasn't, because of an incredibly vital clue that Zozo probably gets appropriately angry about every time it's brought up, wasn't given to the right people.
Video and all these tips, and then maybe the reward money, is that more than people usually have in a case like this?
Yeah, I think so. I think I said we don't have a lot, but we have more than enough to make a case, but we're just not getting that break yet. We're still getting closer every day. We're eliminating. We're getting a lot of tips on people that didn't do it, and we eliminate those daily. So it's like I've said before, it's the needle in the haystack, and we get those tips on so-and-so, and we eliminate them by however we do that, and that just takes another piece of the hay out of the way so we can start focusing, and eventually it's gonna be there. So we keep working, but and I think a lot of people are misled by some of the Facebook postings, and social media is not as helpful as some people might think. So,
wow, you don't think? Yeah. I bet Erica Pillsbury knows what this guy just said right there. The Facebook posts don't really help like you might think, right? Because most of the people, I would say, not most, but like 50% of the people on social media do not give two craps about reality or facts. They just, whatever is more entertaining for them, that's what they're going to type or want to watch or discuss.
So 6 months ago, you got the phone call, and I know you've talked about this before. Who called you and said first, Abby Williams and Libby German are missing?
I think I heard it on the radio actually, and then I called the sheriff to see if they needed assistance, and he said, yeah, we're probably going to need some help. That was when they were missing, and then of course we got our helicopter involved, and we're still in the search phase. And then obviously once we located him and knew it was a double homicide, then we called in other resources throughout the state police and then the FBI. And I know we've had just a ton of resources and people volunteer to help, which is good. So that's how that started, and now we're here. And we're still working. We're still motivated, and a lot of people, it is stressful. It's a very stressful case, obviously, and it's very easy to get emotionally tied, but I think everybody involved is still doing well. We're still motivated. We're still optimistic that we're going to catch this person that's responsible for this, and we're not letting up or giving in or anything like that. We're stronger than ever. We're actually getting more people involved. So I think, the time's coming. We're getting closer every day. I know that's cliche, but we're eliminating people, and we're working harder than ever. So
yeah, they were working their asses off the whole time. They were just absolutely, the problem in this case again is the killer, Richard Allen, called the tip line. He told them that he was at the bridge between 1:30 and 3:30. He came forward, I believe, because he saw these three girls. They saw him, he saw them, and
It could be that he came forward after the image of the guy on the bridge came out, and he has a public job at a CVS pharmacy, and he wanted to get ahead of it, so he called the tip line. He said he was there from 1:30 to 3:30, and that he saw the 3 girls, and then he walked down the trails to the bridge looking at his stock ticker. Okay? Then he was shocked out of his mind. For 5 years, nobody ever talked to him again. He couldn't believe it. Then somebody digging through after his name was given, likely, to the tip line, they looked through and found the notes related to him, and it led back to, obviously Richard Allen's house, and they looked into him, they found the notes, then they interviewed him again, and he was even more specific, saying that he was wearing light blue jeans, a dark blue jacket, a hoodie, and some type of head covering, that he walked out onto platform 1, exactly the same spot that Betsy Blair said he was standing when she was there, and the next people that were going to see him would be Abby and Libby, who were walking, it's just, this case would have been solved. They had all of that information for years. The vehicle parked at the abandoned CPS building. They had the 3 girls. They had the timing of the cars driving by. The only thing they didn't have was, guess what? Want to hear the answer? The only thing that they didn't have was, we'd like to know who the driver of the vehicle that was parked at the abandoned CPS building. Isn't that amazing? That one statement right there is exactly the problem in this case. They just didn't have the name of that person. Once they got the name, it all worked. Isn't that amazing, you guys? Think about how crazy that is. It's like they had all these other parts of the puzzle. They had Betsy Blair, Sarah Carbaugh. They had the 3 girls. They had the car backed in at the abandoned CPS building. They had a car looking like a black car driving by at 127. They had all that stuff, and they just didn't have that one piece of information. Then somebody calls in the tip line and says it's Richard Allen. Then they go find Richard Allen's his interview, and it says he was there from 1:30 to 3:30. They're like, whoa, holy crap. Oh, and then he was walking on the trail. What kind of car does he have? A 2016 black Ford Focus. That looks exactly like the car that drove by at 127. Exactly what he said. And then it just goes on and on and on. I mean, it started filling in all the gaps, and because all it was who is this person? Who was driving the black car that drove by the Hoosier Harvest store? Who drove the car that parked at the abandoned CPS building? It just goes on and on. And who was the person that the 3 girls saw? Well, here we go. He answered all those questions. So doesn't that tell you something? That they had all these pieces together, and Richard Allen is the person who answered all those questions. Who was the person that Betsy Blair saw? Well, it's Richard Allen, based on what Richard Allen said. He said he walked on the trail and he stood on platform 1 right before she would have got there, so it is him. Then the 3 girls, they all saw one person, but they described him a little bit differently. Well, Richard Allen admitted being that person because he said he saw the same 3 people. And Richard Allen said he got there at 1:30 to 3:30. So the abandoned vehicle, the vehicle parked at the abandoned CPS building was Richard Allen's because it was backed in, just like he said, parked at the side of an old building. And it was a black Ford Focus that drove by the Hoosier Harvest store. You see how it's incredible? So once they got that name, it just nailed it all. Erica typed in, God bless the families who have lost and had to endure this ridiculous tragedy. Tip lines are pieces of broken puzzles. Exactly. Yeah. So, I don't think I've ever worded this case the way I just did it. And I think that is the way to do it. I'm gonna make a video, I think tomorrow, probably on that exact thing right there. Just talk about it like that, using, Doug Carter's words and all the information that they had. I don't know if I'll do that. I still got that longer one to make. I think I'm gonna put it out on the 1st though. But that's the way to do it. Richard Allen answered all the questions that law enforcement knew the other side of it. They had the answer, but not the who part each time. And he answered all of those. So there you go. So let me just start over again. All right, let's see if we can do it.
So tell me, obviously you guys, you see this, posted all over online. People want to know how you have all this evidence in this case and still 6 months later, no suspect in custody. What would your answer be to the community?
Well, it's not like on TV. You see on CSI shows that they solve them in 2 commercial breaks. So it takes a lot of times, and we want to be very thorough.
Yeah,
so we want to take our time, make sure our I's are dotted, T's are crossed. But this is a tough case. There's, I think, alleged a lot of evidence, but really we have very little evidence in this case, and we're working with what we have. We're getting a ton of tips, which helps, but some of those tips are misleading and kind of lead us disarray and get us unfocused from where we're headed. So, but I think it's not from lack of effort. We continue to use all the detectives from state, federal, and local agencies, and we use all the resources that are available, and we're going to continue to do that. We're not going to leave. It's not a cold case because we're still getting information. So we're going to continue to work as hard as we can on this.
To have, and you say you've little evidence, which, I'm not a detective, I don't work with the police, but, when you hear, you have the guy's voice, you have that sketch, you've got,
down the hill.
Possible other audio and video and all these tips, and then maybe the reward money. Is that more than people usually have in a case like this?
Yeah, I think so. I think I said we don't have a lot, but we have more than enough to make a case, but we're just not getting that break yet. We're still getting closer every day. We're eliminating. We're getting a lot of tips on people that didn't do it, and we eliminate those daily. So it's like I've said before, it's the needle in the haystack, and we get those tips on so-and-so, and we eliminate them by however we do that, and that just takes another piece of the hay out of the way so we can start focusing, and eventually it's gonna be there. So we keep working, but and I think a lot of people are misled by some of the Facebook postings, and social media is not as helpful as some people might think. So,
latest note was a car that was consistent with that. They didn't know exactly if it's a black Ford Focus driving by. All right. So
6 months ago, you got the phone call, and I know
you'd think they could have looked up people that had black cars in Delphi and it would narrow it down dramatically. I mean, white cars are the most common cars. And, there might be 3,000 people that live in Delphi, right? And then you would go like this. Okay, it's not a female, so now we're at, let's just say 1,500 people. And it's not a kid, it's not a 15-year-old, so then you're probably down to 800 adult males, or 900, let's say, adult males. And then out of those people, 50% of them have a white car, and maybe only 15% of those people have a black car. So then you're at 100 people that have black cars. And maybe you looking to see who had the black car. I mean that makes sense, right? Yeah, so that is kind of it's weird. You'd think, did anybody just narrow it down and go visit each of the people? And maybe they just looked them up online, looked them up. Is there any history of this guy? No. Okay, yeah, probably not that guy then. And maybe they used a profile that law enforcement had, and Richard Allen didn't fit in that profile. He fit in mine. I said Richard Allen was going to be a guy that blended into the community and just had a wife, kids, I said, and just be seemingly normal. I mean, I don't think he looks normal, but I think it sort of fit. He was a CVS pharmacy technician, had a wife. Did he have just one kid, or I don't even know now. I don't remember. I think it was just one though.
Talked about this before. Who called you and said first Abby Williams and Libby German are missing?
I think I heard it on the radio actually, and then I called the sheriff to see if they needed assistance, and he said, yeah, we're probably going to need some help. That was when they were missing. And then, of course, we got our helicopter involved, and we're still in the search phase. And then obviously once we located him and knew it was a double homicide, then we called in other resources throughout the state police and then the FBI. And I know we've had just a ton of resources and people volunteer to help, which is good. So that's how that started, and now we're here. We're still working. We're still motivated, and a lot of people. It is stressful. It's a very stressful case, obviously, and it's very easy to get emotionally tied. But I think everybody involved is still doing well. We're still motivated. We're still optimistic that we're going to catch this person that's responsible for this, and we're not letting up or giving in or anything like that. We're stronger than ever. We're actually getting more people involved. So I think, the time's coming. We're getting closer every day. I know that's cliche, but we're eliminating people and we're working harder than ever. So.
Yeah. And within the first 48 hours of that case, so here you are, you hear it on the radio, you step in, which thank God really that you guys stepped in so quickly, because look how it ended up happening. I mean, first comes out 2 missing girls. You think 2 missing girls in this small town, who would have thought this was ever going to be the case? But what was the
Thank you, Paul Ayers.
Investigative work that happened in the first 48 hours, without obviously going into too much detail to put the case at jeopardy?
Well, I think you secure the scene, you start doing area canvas, talk to everybody in the area. We have the crime scene investigators there. Just basic steps that you would do. Collecting video throughout the areas, doing things like that, and just, from ground zero, that's what you would do in any case. Start talking to people. You get out, knocking on doors. We call that an area canvas. So because it's a rural area, we had to kind of stretch that out a little bit. And so we did maybe a general area canvas initially, and then maybe a day or two later we spread that out, come back, make sure.
So they did a general area canvas. I mean, let's see. So that would have been right. I mean, look how close Richard Allen lived. I mean, he's right there, and the crime scene's right there. I mean, this guy, he didn't even live, I think it was like a mile. I mean, let's see, from right here, 1.2 miles. That's crazy. I mean, just walking there would be quick, too. He would just have to go like this, on the private drive, and around, and then walk across. That's what he did, but he didn't do that. He drove there. He went from his house, drove like this, I believe, went up here, then around like that, over the Wilson Bridge, which is right here, then around, and then across, and then past the cemetery, and then drove by the sort of normal parking spot that people use across from the Mears. Then he passed the Hoosier Harvest Store at 127, and then he parked right here by an abandoned CPS building, which, if you go back to this one, April 2017, there it is. He backed in next to it. So he was really close. I mean, but everybody's kind of close, though. Like everybody that lives in Delphi is pretty close. Like if you live here, you're close. I mean, everybody isn't far. Libby lived over here, so they were like 10-minute drive. And it was back to the video.
Because it was February, so there were still people at vacation or winter snowbirds, they call them, and so there were still some houses that we didn't make contact right away. So, but we have now. I mean, we continue to do that, and now 6 months later, we're still getting new tips on people, so we're following up on those. But we have a group of detectives that are assigned to go back and make sure we didn't miss anything, review things, and so we're taking it very serious, and we're not going to let anything slip through the cracks.
That's kind of weird. Look at Paul Ayers' animation. It's looking at something and then goes, "Whoa!" What's it looking at? What in the hell's going on here?
Sir, I think your biggest fear when you're doing an investigation is something might slip through the cracks. We're not going to let that happen. We have a team of people that keep going back, reviewing, and we're getting there. Like I said, we're working harder than ever, and we're going to continue to work hard.
When did the people come forward that mentioned, because that sketch behind you, it's pretty detailed, like we said, and the guy who did it, and obviously...
Oh, yes, he's a clone of the sketch behind him, even though his eyes don't look the same, his nose doesn't look the same, his lips don't look the same, he doesn't have a goatee, his chin doesn't look the same, his ears don't look the same, but other than that, you guys, he's an absolute clone.
Unbelievably talented, because he maybe didn't have a bunch of information, but it's unbelievable what they can come up with, right, and make it into this composite sketch that could end up helping crack the case. But when did those people come forward that said they saw him possibly near the trail?
Well, that's a good question. It's actually compiled. It's not just from one person. So we've had several people say that they saw the person that we...
Right, Betsy Blair, the three girls...
identified through the video that we obtained off of Liberty's phone, and we put that out. So once people saw that photo, then they said, "Oh, I saw that guy." Well, we have to determine, is that the guy they saw, first of all, and if it is, then let's work together. So we were getting calls that night and throughout the last couple months. Some people don't watch the news. Some people don't really follow, what's going on. So some of them were sooner than later. But then we took our time with that. We took our time. We interviewed. The composite drawing itself took probably a week and a half to 2 weeks, because we wanted to make sure it was exactly right as the people that recalled that. So we have been, I think, getting better tips. Obviously, the first photo is pretty hard to see. It's pixelated pretty bad, and this is pretty detailed. And we want to make sure people know this might not look exactly like the person, but it's going to have the similar facial features. So this is just what the person or persons that we've interviewed over the last several months believe this is what this guy looked like. So, I mean, there's 4 of us in this room right now. If somebody walked in this room for 30 seconds and you left, we'd all have different drawings. But I think the facial features and the major identifiers we would all get right. So that's
right, and that's kind of where Betsy Blair is a problem. And I think it's just, people see things differently. Betsy Blair was 50 feet away, and he's on the platform. She even said that. So he's likely looking in the water. I don't know how she got a clear look of him, but if he had a face covering on or something, maybe, who knows? Maybe her mind just saw what it was. But here's the thing about Betsy Blair, everybody. When she saw the picture of the guy on the bridge, she said, "Yeah, that's the guy I saw." Now, does anybody look at the guy on the bridge and say, "Wow, that guy is 18 years old and looks really young"? No. He's got like a goatee on. You can see it kind of graying. And he looks like he's about 45, or, I'd say like 35 to 55 years old.
We're hoping that this gives us a little more guidance, a little more not as vague. So, and it's helping. We are getting better tips. We're still getting some not so good tips, I would say.
Yeah, I just said that.
But we're getting a little better tips from this composite drawing.
Is it a few people kind of that possibly saw him? I mean, was there like more than a couple that called in, right?
Yeah, I would say that was a good statement. There's more than a few that said 5. They saw him. Now, like I said, we have to determine there was other people on that trail.
There's only 6 people. If the 4 girls, if the other girl saw, but she's not a witness because she was like 9. Okay, and then you have Betsy Blair and Sarah Carbaugh. I think those are the only ones that we've heard about that saw him. Now, Abby and Libby saw him, but they're not alive to say it.
Are they actually seeing the guy that is responsible for this, or are they seeing somebody else that was out there walking?
In time frame wise, I mean, how long do you think he was out there that day? I mean, had he just kind of stopped by, tried to find, if he was planning this, tried to find somebody that was walking off the trail and thought, hey, this would be a good target, or was he just out there for a little bit?
I wish I could tell you that. I have theories, but the evidence is pretty, like I said, the evidence doesn't really indicate how long or if he was a traveler or local, and some of that we just speculate on. We can't really say he is or isn't, but we just have to go off the evidence that we have, the composite drawing, the video, the audio, and just continue to rely on the community. I still believe somebody knows what happened. For whatever reason, they won't come forward.
Oh, you mean like Kathy, maybe? who probably saw the picture and went, wow, that looks just like my Rick. But, yeah. I'll tell you what. See, right now we're at 129. If we get to 200, which is $50 less than the normal goal, I'll donate the 5 memberships. Okay? All right. How do you like that? Can we get there? Can we do it, you guys?
And we wish they would, obviously, because this person's probably going to do this again. And I'd hate for that to happen to you or your loved ones. And that's the message I want to get out to the public is if you do know, for sure you need to let us know so we can possibly stop this from happening again to your daughter or your mother or sister or anybody. Could be brother or father as well. So.
And the personality traits of a person like this, and that's, I think, what people have thought about before. I mean, for him, if there was just one person, and this is the guy who was able to get both of these little girls in the woods and do these, you know, brutally murder them, do you think he possibly have done this before?
You could be. I mean, you know, this is kind of our theory or speculation. We have no evidence that he's done it again there. But we do keep that in mind. We do check with other states to see if they have anything close. And obviously the case in Iowa is probably the closest, but they don't even know the cause of death in that one because they didn't find the victims until later. So it's hard to compare.
So it's interesting that he gave away that information in that case. They don't know the cause of death in that. I wonder if they wanted him to say that.
But it is similar. But so we take that into consideration as well, and we have investigated that. We've been in contact with Iowa, and they've been in contact with us, and we've discussed that. But nothing else seems to be popping up around the nation or that is similar to this. But doesn't mean he's going to kill everybody the same way every time. So we don't know.
When you walked down, and I walked through, you know, that was private property, right, where the bodies were found, looking at logistically from, you know, where they were on the bridge and then to where their bodies are found. I know we talked about the terrain in the past. I mean, it's not an easy thing to navigate. Usually you might have to be familiar with the area. I mean, would it have been difficult for the girls to travel from where they were on the bridge?
Thank you, FarQ. And everybody, that is her name. It's FarQ, not the other word.
Chewbacca?
And thanks to M. Jordan Jarding. Hey, we're almost there. 55 away.
Bridge to where they were found.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be difficult. Obviously, they have to go through some pretty steep terrain and wooded area, sticker bushes and things like that. So it's and then to cross the creek. The creek, I mean, obviously is February. It's probably not the warmest. It was a warm day that day, but still the water temperature is probably cooler than the air temperature. So
yeah, and so that was only 43 degrees. So a lot of people, in their memory of it, they think it was warm because later in the week it got up to 60. It was crazy in that time of year, and so it's been conflated. I mean, 43 isn't, you know, extremely cold for winter. It's just not, as warm as people try to make it sound like, because like the next day and continuing through the rest of the week, it got up to 60 degrees.
Yeah, it would have been difficult I mean, I don't think anybody would say, hey, let's, on a walk, would walk that way. So.
Walking back that way, I mean, and I wasn't even there when you guys found all these horrible things, probably at the crime scene, but even just walking through that area, you get like an eerie feeling, and you kind of almost feel sick to your stomach because you think about what Abby and Libby went through, what their families are going through, and the fact that, you know, he's still out there. When you had to go to the crime scene like that, I mean, you've covered, I'm sure, dozens of murder cases, but this has probably been one of the hardest for you, having kids as well. I mean, did you get a sick feeling as soon as you had to go over there?
Oh, yeah, I think everybody, obviously when 2 young girls are brutally murdered and you're there to investigate it and see what you have to see and do what you have to do, you become emotionally tied to it, and you think about your family and friends, but I think what keeps me going is I try. I've said this a million times. You try to put yourself in these families' shoes, and you just can't do it. I can't imagine what they're going through. So I try to put my emotions aside and focus on the evidence and focus on how can we bring justice for Abby and Libby and for the families. I mean, is that going to do it if we make an arrest? I think it will help. I don't think anything can ever bring them back, obviously. I don't think anything can ever make them the things like they were before February 13th. It's never going to happen. But we want to try to bring some closure to the families for the girls. And so even though we're all trained professionals and we've done this many a time.
Well, there you go. Jerry Walker did. Hey, thanks for going by the facts known to us at this point. My brother-in-law has 28 years in homicide. He said, like others, including Gray, make it not be him. You can't. Try your best to rule him out. You can't. Hey, there you go. Boom. Thanks, Jerry Walker. I'm Jordan Jarding and Far Hughes.
Thanks for going by the facts known to us at this point. My brother-in-law has 28 years in homicide. He said, like others including Gray, make it not be him. You can't. Try your best to rule him out. You can't.
Right. You cannot rule out Richard Allen at all. Doesn't matter what you try to do or say, it just doesn't work. You get stuff like, but he never got arrested before. What does that have to do with anything? He admits to being there that day. He was wearing exactly the same clothing that the killer had. It was his car that parked at the abandoned CPS building. He was at the bridge right when the girls got there. His bullet was found at the crime scene. He confessed to his wife and mother. Good night now. All right?
Sometimes it's still hard. It's still hard to shut your brain off at night and go visit with your grandkids or visit with your family and not think about it constantly. So it's difficult, but you know we're here for a reason. We're here to find out who did this, and that's what we have to keep telling ourselves and keep being remotivated or motivated to do that. And that's what we're going to do.
That area where the bodies were found too, when we went down there, because you guys kept that crime tape up for a while. I mean, you were still going back down there, right, and retracing the steps and looking for anything that you might have needed to go back, to the scene to check out.
How do you know they were looking for somebody never arrested before? Is that what they have in the profile? I mean, I haven't seen anything that said who they were looking. We had the FBI guy. Just that's it. The cliche profiling. But I don't remember him saying somebody that's never been arrested before.
So when you went back down there, so that area that was taped off, that area was where the bodies were found. Then, right? That's circular. That taped off place.
Yes.
That's where, when we walked down, obviously all the investigative work had been done and they had taken away any evidence been found. Was there a decent amount of evidence found at the scene?
Oh, I think so. I think, without getting into detail, I think.
Yeah, don't you guys just think that Richard Allen came forward? What do you mean the police Kim said it on video? I don't know what the hell that means. The police Kim said it on his video. What? What does that mean? You mean Kim Riley? Well, maybe they tested the DNA that they did have and it didn't show up in CODIS, even the 5 markers in that order. So maybe that's true, I guess.
Like I said, we don't have a lot of evidence, but we do have more than, maybe your normal crime scene. We have the evidence.
Right, you'd have to send me that video, Lynn. I usually it's not exactly what somebody said.
It's there that we're processing and daily and working on, and still, it's been 6 months, but there's different techniques that you can use and things like that. So I'm not a lab person, so I can't, talk in lab language, but I'm in contact with them weekly, if not daily, and they're telling us, we're still doing this, we're still working on things. So, but yeah, we're
they were shocked at how little forensic information was left at the crime scene. It's funny? They always say that, how would Richard Allen do that? The same thing in Kohberger. How would Kohberger, it's like, well, somebody did it, so why not them? If somebody else got away with doing something, why couldn't he do it? They make it sound like because somebody else did it, couldn't have been him, but somebody else did it, so why not him? Yeah, I know he passed away. Michael Catt. He's one of the other. It's Michael Catt, Hoosier the Bruiser. There's been like 3 or 4 Delphi people that have passed away.
It's hard to say without jeopardizing the integrity of the investigation how much evidence we had, or, because there's 3 people, in my opinion, maybe more, but at least 3 people that knew what happened that day, and 2 of them are dead. So that one person knows the details of the crime. That's why we don't like to talk about the details and what we found, what we didn't find.
Well, he said at least 3, but he's talking about Richard Allen and 2 girls. 2 girls, they're dead. There's other witnesses, but that's not what he was referring to. Thanks, FARQ!
Because when we do get that person and we do talk to them, they're the only ones that are going to know the details of this. And that's another reason why we don't like Facebook putting false information out, because then people believe that, and then they tip off of those details that are false, and it just kind of impedes our investigation a little bit. So,
was DNA evidence found at the scene?
Well, yeah, obviously that's the tricky question nobody wants to answer, but, I think at every crime scene you have, you're going to have DNA, you're going to have the victim's DNA, you're going to probably have victims' families' DNA. Touch DNA is very powerful, so if I touch your shirt today, that DNA could still be there for weeks, if not months. So we're still working on identifying whose all DNA we have there, and we will continue to do that until we determine who all's DNA is at the scene. So
if this guy, thinks he possibly got away with this, and that's one of the things too, I know that you guys are waiting, possibly, he could start talking about it to people, because that's happened in other cases. They think, oh, I got away with it, and then they start trying to brag about it, which is something you guys are following up on every day. But if he thinks he got away with it and thinks he cleaned up the scene, there still could possibly be something that he left behind.
Oh yeah, he was shocked that he got away with it. He comes out, tries to get ahead of it. Doesn't it make more sense that that's what he tried to do, you guys? He works at CVS Pharmacy, and I don't know if he was the tech at the time. He wasn't actually the tech, so maybe he was running a register, doing whatever. But he thought maybe people would recognize him. He saw 3 girls. He saw a 4th. He actually saw Betsy Blair too, and then there's an image that comes out. You don't think he's going to go, oh crap, they're going to say my name. If I come forward first and make it look like I'm trying to help, it'll take a little pressure off, because I have nothing to hide, it'll seem like. So he comes forward and he says, yeah, I was there from 1:30 to 3:30. I got there and then I went straight to the bridge and saw 3 girls when he came in, and then he just sat around waiting around for years. I mean, that's why I think he withered away. He thought, they got me, and he just couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. And then over the years, he became more, I think if you had arrested him early on, he would have confessed right away but instead, over the years, he thought, you know what, screw you, I got away with it this long, I'm okay with what I did. And now he's, going to fight it. But then he struggled, and then he told his mom and his wife, he confessed to them, and then his attorneys tried to cover that up by saying he was crazy, and then they probably made him confess to every single person in the prison with a different story so that they could try to muck up the original confessions and say that they were all false confessions when they weren't. Everything was fine just before that.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
That's powerful.
Who all's DNA is at the scene, so
if this guy, thinks he possibly got away with this, and that's one of the things too, I know that you guys are waiting, possibly, he could start talking about it to people, because that's happened in other cases. They think, oh, I got away with it, and then they start trying to brag about it, which is something you guys are following up on every day. But if he thinks he got away with it and thinks he cleaned up the scene, there still could possibly be something that he left behind.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
That's powerful, though, for the community to know, too, because
right.
they're like, that's, like I know you mentioned, that's a question that nobody really wanted to get too much into when we talked to the sheriff and things, but you mentioned any DNA. DNA is from the girls, DNA is at the scene just from other things. But that's important that you guys are running that through and working with the lab.
Yeah, let's see. Let's do the old cat guy. He thought it was this one guy the whole time. I forgot the guy's name.
It's just one of those situations when we got a case that
this person's never apparently committed a...
The video's only a minute 37 long, Lynn, so how could it be at the minute... Oh, the video's only a minute. Okay, let's do it. We got I think, I can't remember what we did for him. We did something like a brick or something.
I mean, what's up with the investigation? I mean, like, how come nothing's came forward? I mean, it seems like a lot of looking for me.
You know, it's just one of those situations where we got a case that you know, this person's never apparently committed a crime before. We have, you know...
You would feel that he had never committed a crime, he has no DNA in the database?
Well, I can't comment on that.
Yeah, see, I think he sort of gave that away right there. So the DNA that they did find didn't match anybody in the database, the 5 markers, maybe.
But I'm just saying, that's what it looks like. I mean, it's a possibility he's done something, but we can't find no traces of it.
That was my first thought. I thought anybody at that age that would commit a crime like that would have priors.
Well, you never know. You know, you got to start somewhere. I'm not the jury. All we do is collect that.
No, right. But
I talked to him at CrimeCon one time.
That's why I was just wondering if there was anything that you could share upon that.
Not at this point in time. Okay. But appreciate you asking.
I am keeping my eyes on it. You know.
He kind of did give away that right there, didn't he?
As hard as I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that was pretty interesting.
And then, is there anything that happened within that first 48 hours? I mean, you stepped in too, like you volunteered immediately to have Indiana State Police come in and help out the Sheriff's Department. Is there anything you think that could have been done differently that could have put the case in jeopardy in those, you know, in the beginning stages?
Absolutely. I think, you know, when you Monday morning quarterback, there's things you could have possibly done a little better, a little quicker. Now, is there anything we did or didn't do that jeopardized this case? No. I think that with the FBI and the county and the state and all the resources that we've used, there's really nothing that we could have done more. But, you know, I'm my own worst critic, so are there things we could have done better? Yeah, absolutely, and that's every case. But we continue to learn from that, and again, like I said, we didn't do anything or not do anything to jeopardize the case, but are there things that we could do better? Yeah. So, you know, as Jay Harper with the State Police, the lead investigator, we have Tim Kendall also with the State Police, lead investigator, and then my job is to kind of manage this. So I've been trying to manage this from day one with the county, with the FBI.
Thanks, Lynn.
So that's an obstacle in itself, trying to manage something this big, but we've had plenty of guidance from all of our supervisors and such a great team. I mean, we obviously have gotten along with Carroll County pretty well, and unfortunately through other incidents this happened because life doesn't stop, so unfortunately we still get major crime scenes that we have to assist with here, and manpower issues. I mean, we all have them. The county shorthanded, the state police shorthanded, FBI. Everybody needs more. So if you're out there, apply for the state police next time. We definitely need help.
Yeah, need some new recruits. Tell me, with the audio, which we heard, I remember the first time that was played at that press conference, and that was, I mean, bone-chilling to know that you're going to be able to hear this person's voice, even though it was just that tiny clip. But what he was saying gave away, you know, some clues as well. But what has that been able to do for the case, having that voice out there?
Well, I think it's helped a lot. I mean, obviously, it's a distinctive voice. We've been getting a lot of tips off of that. Unfortunately, the people that people think it is, we've been able to eliminate them. Not all of them, but most of them.
You mean like the Odinus, you know?
We can eliminate through checking records and things like that. So, but I think it's helped quite a bit. You know, and I think as we get into this deeper, it's going to help us even more. So,
is there more audio that was found on Libby's phone?
Yes.
Is that?
Yeah, this is Jerry Holeman. He's the. Well, I don't know what he used to be the lead investigator. I don't know if he still is, or he's one of the main people. Let's put it that way. I mean, you have Tony Liggett.
Something that would be released.
Not at this point. We've discussed.
I mean, Tony Liggett is the Carroll County Sheriff's Department, and Jerry Holeman works for the Indiana State Police. He's a lieutenant.
it, and at this point we don't think it'll help the investigation at this time. It doesn't appear to be anything more than some discussions between the girls and things like that. So, and we've only released a portion of it. There's some others that we think could help us, but again, protecting the integrity of the investigation is the key here. So we can't release everything we have because there's only certain people that know the details. And if we release everything, then we get into possible false confessions and people over exaggerating and embellishing the information and put it on Facebook like we already battle with. So we can only give so much.
Facebook thing, I know that's been a huge, that's had a huge effect too on the family. I mean, and that's like, you know, probably a few years ago, if this case would have happened, or like, you know, a decade ago, that wouldn't even have been a thing. Has that interfered with the case?
You know what sucks is it's got worse since this time. You know, Slow Joe, all the other crazy people. Every single case has people that are just so messed up. It's crazy. I mean, social media has turned into, it's much worse now than it was even back then. A lot of crazy people, but now there's 10,000 times more nut jobs.
Absolutely. I talked to some of the older investigators. They didn't have to deal with that. When I talk about some of the stresses of social media, I mean, I've had tip on me from interviewing with other stations.
Right, isn't that crazy? I got tipped in. I got tipped in by the on their Indiana State Police Facebook page. Somebody tipped me in because I, quote, knew too much, right? And then I posted my flow of the crime video right underneath their comment, and then one of the officers saw it and then was like, "Wow, that's pretty good." You know, it actually benefited. It wasn't like, you know, these people are nuts, you know.
No, absolutely. We've had tips on other police officers for whatever reason. We've had people.
What does this thing do? What's that record button?
That do their blogs that put out false information, and then if I tell them that's false, and then they embellish and tell people that I'm giving out details of the case, which we're not.
Yeah, it was funny. I posted my video, then one of the officers saw it, and then gave it to Robert Ives, the prosecutor. Then Robert Ives commented, he sent me an email. I didn't respond to it for some reason. Then he commented underneath my video, and he said, "Do you ever respond to your emails?" Then I found his email, but it came from like carrollcounty.com, and I was like, God, is this even legit? What is this thing? And he goes, nope, and he proved it to me, and I went, oh, holy shit. So I called over there, and I said, hey, can I speak with Robert Ives? And then the lady said, he's kind of busy right now. What's your name? And I go, Gray Hughes. She goes, okay, just a second. Then she asked him, he goes, oh yeah, he'll talk to you right now. So then we talked for like 30 minutes or so, and he was just saying, we really like what you were able to do with publicly available information, the way you showed with the graphics, and if we make an arrest soon, maybe we'd hire you to make an exhibit like that. And he goes, and I think I could provide you with more accurate information for your, what you're doing. I was like, oh, wow, that'd be great. And then it just, another month or two later, or a month later, then we got some of my friends actually went out to the bridge themselves. And while they were on the phone with me, we figured out all the different locations of each of the photographs on the bridge. And then, I publicized my flow of the flow 3. So it's the flow of the crime number 3, and that shows you the precise locations. Although later we even got it where the image of the killer on the bridge is about 55 feet away, or 57 feet, something like that. But we had it at like 70 before, but it was actually closer than that. So there you go. Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
I will try to squash any rumors that people call and ask about without jeopardizing the integrity of the investigation. But yeah, then, Oh, by the way, welcome up there to Jan, Sherry Osborne, Sarah Ninja Butterfly, Pisces Life, and Raising Grace. Can't imagine what the family's going through just because of the incident. But now you have social media with all these rumors and false implications that just got to be driving them crazy. And I talk to the family quite a bit and try to tell them, don't believe everything you hear on social media. I think it could be positive, but what I would say is, instead of posting it on Facebook, call us before and let us investigate it, because once you put it out there and it is false, then it interferes with our investigation, and it bogs us down, because then people start tipping off of false information and we follow up on every tip. So I think social media is a challenge for us, and we're trying to utilize it to the best of our abilities, but it is definitely something that interferes with our investigations at times.
How often do you listen to the audio clip? I mean, you probably listen to the full one, but is that something that kind of gives you, when you're feeling down or you're feeling like, all right, here I am 6 months later, we have all these people working the case, you've put your whole life has pretty much been consumed by this. So, I mean, when you try to listen to that guy's voice again and look at that picture, does that kind of give you more momentum to be like, I'm going to find you?
I think every time I close my eyes, I hear the audio and I see the picture. I don't have to listen to it, because I have listened to it a million times. But yeah, it definitely remotivates us to think about that. So yeah, it's there.
Do you think he thinks he got away with it?
Oh yeah, I think probably, but he didn't. We'll catch him. I mean, we're like I said, it's not from lack of effort, and we will continue to put all the effort that we have available and utilize all the resources that we have until we catch the monster that's responsible for this.
This is something that I wanted to ask about the audio clip. You mentioned that there's discussions and things like that. Can you say if the recording was going when the murder happened?
I would say I can't divulge that, just to protect the integrity of the investigation.
Resources, you said you've never seen so many resources, FBI, ATF, local, state, federal authorities all coming in. I mean, you had all those people coming from Quantico and try to help with the behavioral analysis, and that was also interesting in the beginning. Did that help? Did that bring you guys maybe to a stage where you think you kind of know more about this guy?
Well, I think so. The FBI's brought their behavioral analysis unit to give us more information. We utilize social media, people just, looking at social media. Like I said, it's bad, but we can also gather a lot of information about people from the social media. Our digital media recovery specialists that, we get all the information off of computers for us and cell phones, and yeah, it's just a ton of resources that we were able to utilize through state, local, and federal.
Was her cell phone, are you surprised he didn't try to take the cell phone or take any of the evidence with him?
Was I surprised
that he didn't try to take it? I mean, you would think that if that had, maybe he didn't know that they were recording, but
yeah,
he would leave that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing surprises me anymore after doing this job for a while, but who knows what he was thinking or what he knew. We don't know that. So.
But it was all pretty, you didn't have to go searching through the woods. All that stuff was kind of left in that area, right?
That's a fair statement.
Okay.
The general area.
Okay. Then going to tips, you've had thousands of tips, thousands of dollars in reward money. How many people have you guys interviewed?
Well, I would say probably thousands of people. It depends on what you consider an interview. A lot of people may say that's a little smaller, but we did area canvas, so we interviewed probably 600 people that were driving through the area. We stopped, talked to them. We've contacted numerous people to talk to them, and I would consider those interviews. So as far as formal, if you're audio, video recording somebody, is that a formal interview? Probably 400 or 500-ish. But that we have talked to thousands of people on this case.
The last thing, do you think that he was from Delphi?
I really don't know. I think for obvious reasons, I think he had to know the area. Was he from here, visiting, or been here? I mean, I don't know. But you mentioned earlier the terrain and that area that this incident occurred. For somebody just to go out there and be able to do what he did and leave, you would think he either got real lucky and walked the right way to get out with nobody seeing him, or drove or flew, or who knows how he left the scene. or he knew the area. So,
Was the weapon left at the scene?
I don't want to answer that at this time. So,
Anything else you want to add? I already asked you pretty much everything.
I think so. I think that's it.
He starts getting uncomfortable at the end. He doesn't like the questions. Let me listen to that last one.
Yeah, one question.
Sure.
For the image to be captured on the phone, was there prior video of the girls together before that, or do you think they felt danger from this person, as that's why she recorded that clip of him?
Both. There were pictures and they went out there to take pictures on the bridge.
See, isn't that crazy? That means there's all these other photographs from that day. You know, them just having fun photos, maybe even shorter videos. And, you know, then they turned it on again at the end to film the killer. But, man, there's other photos just, you know, them lollygagging around, as my mom would say, walking down the trail, taking photographs at various locations, videos, just having fun. And those are all on that phone as well. And I'm sure they've looked at every one of those to see if there's another person that they could see in those. And we haven't heard that they saw anything.
And there was pictures and video, but it appears that, and this has been said before, that Liberty had enough senses to realize that something wasn't right, and she started that video because she felt uncomfortable. Both girls were uncomfortable, and I think that's why. But they were out there taking pictures with the phone and videos. So,
is the clip like several minutes long?
I don't know exactly how long it is, but
okay. Did she shut it off, or was it just?
I don't want to talk about how that.
That's okay.
Right now.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
That's pretty funny, right? Like he's like, yeah, you know, I think you've asked just enough questions there. I don't think I want to answer those, and you know, pretty crazy. Anyways, what do you guys think of that? It's kind of interesting to listen to that again. I mean, he gave out quite a bit of information in there. You know, I think that was actually pretty useful. So Zozo was looking up, and he found she found a Robert Miller, or wait, what's his name again? Yeah, Robert Miller, who's a hazmat truck driver. But I mean, there's probably a million of those guys. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I don't know. I go, hey, did you hear that? It's actually Hazmeta. She goes, no, it's not, and then sent me a picture of a truck driver named Robert Miller, probably literally the most common name in the United States. Yeah, but it's interesting to listen to Jerry Holeman there. He's a cool guy. He's been working his ass off on the case. I feel like, I bet you behind closed doors, they're frustrated at a couple different things. They're frustrated, first of all, that the witness didn't come forward prior to 2019, because had they not switched the sketch over to the younger sketch, the older sketch, you could make an argument, kind of looks like Richard Allen. He's got the goatee, you know, sort of the brownish, you know, hair, reddish. I don't know what you call it. Like, his hair is kind of just brown, I guess. But I mean, it looked more like him, and the age is more of a likeness. But then they switched over to somebody that looked like Tom Cruise, and maybe he was and you didn't think we'd do this, you know? And I wonder at that time if they were thinking it was the Kleins or what they were thinking there. Yeah, I might have to listen to that 2019 press conference again one of these days. That one's awesome. I might just put it in the video. So, scrubbed from the internet. Yeah, this one was gone. I recorded it way back then, but you can't really find it. But for me, it was like, oh, I want to copy this because it's so interesting. Yeah, because I think he probably gave out a little too much information in there, and you know, they were probably like, yeah, can you guys take that down? They put part of it out there, like a little, you know, the segment for a news broadcast, not the whole thing. I've played it a few times on here. But anyways, you guys, I think that's all I got for you tonight. You know, that's it. So maybe I'll try to make a video coming out here pretty soon. Hey, thanks so much, Amy Lemoyne. Look at that. We even made it past the monetary goal on there, except, you know, I'm sure the memberships helped out quite a bit too. So anyway, we got 44 new members tonight. And like a huge portion of that is thanks to Crime to Sleep, who gave 30 out and then actually became a member themselves, I guess. So 31 there. Yeah. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. Love when you go back over these. Yeah. Maybe we'll have to do some of that again. Yeah, kind of nice just to watch. Maybe be good one of these days to go just play all the press conferences in a row and sort of see how it fits into the whole picture. You know, the big ones, you know, the one that was on I believe it was the 22nd of February, 23rd maybe, 22nd actually. And then maybe the 2019 one, and then hell, maybe the one when they arrested him again. Arrested him, I mean, not again, but I'll play some of those. Would you guys be interested in that? I'm sort of, right now, I'm just kind of back into Delphi a little bit, too. You know, I was so ready to go to that trial, so it's in my mind, and there's just a lot of crazy stuff going on, and people out there. You know what I've noticed, though? That I do these shows where I just want somebody to call in and explain to me how Richard Allen isn't Bridge Guy. And not one time has anybody ever called in. And the reason they don't call in is because there is no answer for them. They have none. So they start trying to do the smoke and mirrors. And I find that kind of sad. It's because if they were intellectually honest and admitted that Bridge Guy is Richard Allen, then their whole theory collapses because he is the guy that had him go down the hill and therefore is involved. And then you're wondering, was one of the other people involved that you thought, like one of the Odinists? And you're just not willing to do that. So you just avoid that whole topic and you move on to, it's the Brad Holder interview's missing. Because, hey everybody, the Brad Holder's missing. That was exculpatory. Right, it was exculpatory, but so that means the information on it proved basically that person is the killer, but law enforcement ignored it when they had it. Is that what you're saying? They actually had this information that was so damning that it was exculpatory evidence for somebody else, but they didn't come forward with the information. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they didn't go, hey, let's arrest this guy. Yeah, you know why? And it always lands on this. The theory that they all have and believe is that there's Odinists inside the government, law enforcement, etc., that they're protecting, and that's why there was 2 Odinist guards there too. They believe this. You have to believe in the conspiracy cover-up to make their theory even slightly viable, which it isn't. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got. So thank you for, it was Far Q right out of the gate gifted 5 memberships. And then Kubi, and then Linda Howell, and Whiskey Boots, and Far Q, and then Crime to Sleep gifted 10, 20, 30 memberships in a row, and 10 different pops, or 3 10 pops. And then Crime to Sleep with a super chat, and then also became a member. Then Jay Case came in with a Cat Eye, then Michelle H, Paulette Leonard, Cheradubi, and thanks everybody for kind of keeping it moving along. And Wendy Van Rokel and Navy Swimmer, a new member. Peter Cheradubi, Linda Howell, as in Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Cindy J, and then Far Q gifted a membership again, so she did 6 memberships. And then Far Q, Paul Ayers, then FarQ again, so thank you very much. And then Miss Jordan Jarding, and then FarQ, and then Sandy Shirley gifted a membership. Then I gifted 5, and then Amy Lemoyne. Now they quit doing the, for some reason the hundreds don't show up in the viewer activity, but that was Jerry Walker who said, thanks for going by the facts known to us at this point. My brother-in-law has 28 years in homicide. He said, like others, including Gray, make it not be him. You can't. Try your best to rule him out. You can't. There you go. Can I get a boom? All right, so thank you guys very much for being here tonight. Appreciate it, and thanks for your generous support for the channel. We have one more regular day, and then we have our donation night. And I'm hoping to get to the, be able to give away 4,000. It's not quite as good as last month in total, but I didn't make as many videos either. I didn't, the supplemental video income portion wasn't as high. So, anyways, thank you guys very much. Really appreciate it. And we will see you guys tomorrow, okay? All right. Let me see if they're Blue and Chloe are moving around. Oh, there's Chloe anyways. All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys very much for being here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Hey, maybe we should do a flyby today.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a
Why
while
the hell
now.
not, huh?
And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. I'm gonna get ya, on a stretcher, if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Grader's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a specter with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temper fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll give it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody, talk to you.
Huh?
Wow, that's so cool, Mickey! Where is it?
Hey, no problem, Mary Lou. No problem at all. All right. Well, hey, sorry about all the drama related to hazmat, or hazmeta, or hazmeta, or hazmata, or is it hazmata? Well, I've got hazmata material. I've got hazmata. It's been hazmat. It's, All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys later. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Good night, everybody. Gee!
That sounded so positive.
Well, it was a positive night, Gray. Thank you very much.
No, I need to do it your normal way.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Gee!
Bingo. You nailed it.
Good night, everybody.
Poor Mary Lou. Poor Mary Lou. All right, see you guys. And thank you again for all your support. Thank you. Hit that like button. Leave a comment, too, you guys. Comment. Yeah, I'm sure every one of you will type in, hazmata, 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 hazmat.